Ciao everyone, welcome back to the Bianconerizonechannel live channel. I hope everyone had a great holiday break and it was nice and calming and peaceful. My name is Julian Gennady and this video brings back a segment we did earlier last transfer window called Coach's Corner. In today's video, I will be dissecting our young, promising midfielder Nicolo Fagioli's adventure in Serie B so far this season at Cremonese. So, before we dissect Fagioli's play this year, it's this season, not this calendar year, so it's ever since he's got to Cremonese at the beginning of the 2021-2022 season. I want to say, if you can, subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell icon to stay notified, because we are now in the second half of our season, and the games are going to pick up again, and it starts this Thursday against Napoli. It's a 6-pointer against one of the Seven Sisters, so it's an exciting time. The games are coming thick and fast, as we all know, in January, and especially the opponents we play in particular, they're the toughest in the country. So with that, that's a little preview into what's upcoming on the channel as well, because we're going to break it all down for you here. Justin, myself, Alejandro, I think we did a video a day since we started the channel, except on Christmas Day. So keep it up. Your guys' support means everything to us, and that's why we keep delivering you guys some content about Juventus and the team we all love. So with that, I'm gonna start, because I'm by myself today. I'm doing my first video by myself. I finally learned the software that the other two use, so it's nice. I can give them a little break, and I can do this myself. So we will start on Nicolo Fagioli. Before we get into him specifically, again, our midfield is a mess current state at Juventus, and the age-old question that's been happening this year is, how are we going to fix it? How are we going to do that? We know we got Nicolo Ravella at Genoa. We know we got our 7 current midfielders that are not up to snuff, except for Locatelli, of course. And McKennie's been all right. It's the latter half of this first part of the season. However, we do know we have two or three other youngsters that are coming through the pipeline as we speak, and Fagioli's one of them. And we know Filippo Ranocchia, and we know Miretti as well, who's actually played for us this year. Ranocchia's not doing so well in Serie B with Virtus, Vicenza. And Miretti's still on the U23 team, more than likely, and the U19 Youth League. We've seen him a couple times. But Fagioli's really stood out. Just like Rovella has at the Serie A level, Fagioli stood out at the Serie B level. So in order for him to take that next step, I still think he needs to go to another mid-table / bottom table Serie A team, and then we could properly assess him. I know everyone wants him right away, and after this video, you're probably going to want him even more. But relatively speaking, we've seen what Rovella's doing at Genoa this season, and that's at a Serie A level. And we need to understand that Fagioli, yes, he's doing well, but it's at a Serie B level, and it's not the same level. And we won't even recall Rovella at this point, so there's no chance we will be recalling Fagioli at this point. So with that, I got to adjust myself because of this program. You see my nice little Dybala jersey. So, a little bit more. There you go. This is just some information on Fagioli himself. He's 20 years old. February 12th is his birthday, so he's going to be 21 pretty soon. He's primarily a central defender, or central midfielder. However, the few times I have watched him at Cremonese, like especially the last part of the season, I really watched a lot of December fixtures. He's been playing on the right-hand side a bit. Not as a winger. He's been playing like a 4-2-3-1 as the right-handed central attacking midfielder, let's say. He's been hanging on the right a bit. This graphic obviously depicts him as not stay-at-home, but I guess out-and-out center midfielder, number 8, let's say. And he has played that a bunch, but his counting stats are a little bit elevated because he has played in a further advanced role. And that's good, because we need that. We need a midfielder that can be creative and that has a little bit of goal scoring ability in him. So it's nice to see that there is some production in this young player at this level. Again, we need more proof, because at this point in time it's Serie B, and yes, he's gotten Cremonese to I think they're 5th at the time of recording this video in Serie B, so they're going to be fighting for promotion. And if they get it, then I could consider that like a Serie A type team, because like Salernitana is garbage. So if he played for Salernitana and he was doing this, I'd still rate it the same. I did go further into my little bit of research on transfer market, and it's another eye opener. But he's like, at his position, at his age, he's like the 12th rated center midfielder in the world. Actually, I did from 2001 and younger. So guys like Gravenberch are obviously higher. Obviously, other world-renowned starlets are at a higher level in value, especially. But he's like 12th or something. So that's something to think about as well. Okay. So here's some clips that I've put together. I am a guy who actually watched some Serie B games, and I'm not embarrassed about it, because you know what, you gotta check out some of the Juventus youth products. So that's Fagioli in the corner. This is a 2-parter clip. This is Fagioli in the corner there, and what I really like about this in particular, this 2-parter, is that he's illustrating his calmness on the ball. So in our current crop of midfielders, Rodrigo Bentancur, I'm gonna pick him out, is not comfortable on the ball, and Alejandro and I constantly, we rip on him, but we also we just notice it, that he's not comfortable receiving the ball side on. He's not comfortable in these situations here. Usually loses the ball, to be honest, or kicks the ball out or whatever. So it's nice to see. We'll keep going back and forth. So he's in the situation here, and then he comes out here. So he still has the ball, and he makes a nice little pass to his left-hand side there, and they're out the other way. So, again, Fagioli's confidence and swagger on the ball is at an all-time high, I guess. And in comparison to the other players on this team, it's leaps and bounds. Like you see Locatelli, when he comes onto the field, he dictates play. He's confident. Nice little touches, boom, 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 moves the ball. Fagioli has that same kind of flair to his game. He likes to come on the ball, dictate, move the ball, and then he's calm on the ball. Whereas a guy like Bentancur, he receives the ball, it's backwards. Or Rabiot receives the ball, it's backwards, or he's dribbling and he does nothing productive with the ball. As you see with the pictures in this video, you'll be able to see that Fagioli can, he has, it looks like he has more ability, at least, because he has the confidence and he's actually producing at this level. So, again, calmness in a tight space. You can see, obviously, there's 3 opposing players in his area, and they're still able to play out. So that's a testament to him, and that's a testament to their left back, creating space for him to play to. And again, in comparison to our current crop of midfielders, I would say Locatelli can do this. McKennie cannot. Arthur probably could, but you always hold your breath when Arthur has the ball around our box. And the other ones, Ramsey, who cares? And then who else? McKennie, there's no chance he could do this. And then Rabiot, of course. So we'll move on. So this is what I was talking about previously. Just his ability to move the ball quick and move the ball into the right spot. And again, I'm going to keep comparing these phases of play to our current crop of midfield, because it is so, I'm not going to say dead, because obviously they do move around a bit, but it's such a weak trio of midfielders that we usually play in a game. Not all of them can do this. In the modern game, you need to be able to move the ball fast and move the ball into the space or where the player needs it. If a player is running forward, you need to play it ahead of him. If he's not running forward, like in this situation here, you see Fagioli, the ball trajectory is going right to his player. Not in front of him, because he's not traveling, but right at his feet. And now that player can make the decision what to do with the ball next. If that's Bentancur, maybe it's going ahead of him. It's just not accurate, or not in the correct space where it needs to be. So, again, Fagioli spraying the ball wide. Beautiful trajectory. It's looping, and it's going to go right to his chest. Obviously, we don't have the rights to to play the whole video, but it is an accurate pass, and the long range passing is there. The vision's there because he sees, he knows where everybody is on the pitch, Fagioli. So it's good. And obviously, again, his counting stats, he's got 4 assists in 15 matches so far. So I know it's not the biggest number or total, but he's not also Bruno Fernandes or Kevin De Bruyne just crossing the ball in. He's actually making some nice through balls. He's making some passes to feet. So again, he's tidy on the ball, and that's what these current crop of Italian young midfielders at the club are very good at. Like, I'm going to say it again, Miretti, very nice on the ball. Rovella, very nice on the ball, tidy. And so is Ranocchia, and we're showing you Fagioli today. So we'll go to the next one. Another thing that Juventus doesn't do currently, and I don't know if that's coaching or that it's just not everybody's on the same page, but it's high pressing. And Fagioli's the guy closest to the ball there. And they do score off this play, or off this high press. This is a two-parter as well. So he has the knowledge and the football awareness, like the offensive football awareness, to continue with his team into the high press, because you see 4 of them there, and there's only 2 or 3 opponents. So he wins the ball high, and then, as you can see, once we show you picture 5, they go on and score. And it's him that scores. So he wins it to the striker, who plays it back to him, and he fires it into the net. So I can't recall a specific moment this season where we pressed as a squad, as a team, and we scored a goal. I'm not saying Fagioli coming in is going to automatically turn our season around or anything, but he has the ability, as we can see, to press as in a team environment and pounce on an opportunity that arises from the high press. So he's got the tools. He's got the tools, and especially in where he's set up in his team formation to high press and to finish off chances. Because will you see Bentancur in this position? Probably not. I keep picking on him, but will you see Rabiot in this position? No, probably not. So it is nice. It's fresh to see that a midfielder that we can say is ours doing this. Obviously, and I'm going to keep repeating myself, not at the highest level, but at a professional level at least. So, again, he's be able to win the ball, high press, and then convert his chance into a goal. We'll move on. As you can see, my Dybala picture, that's a whole nother issue in itself. Okay, so this is another one. Another perfect example of what a midfielder should be doing. He should be playing box to box. And you see Rovella at the top of the box here. He's returning a 1-2 pass from, I believe, that looks like a 23 there. The furthest most guy on the left. And he's going to split these 2 purple guys. I forget what team they were playing. But he's going to split them with a return pass, and then they have a chance to score, but they don't score on this particular passage of play. But the main point of this picture is his willingness to get forward as a midfielder. He arrives at the top of the box with like an overload of what it seems. There's a lot of red jerseys there. And then the weight of the pass on the 1-2 is perfect. So again, his tidiness on the ball, his placement of the ball, because he knows that the guy's making a run, so he has to play it in front of him, obviously. So he judges the weight of his pass there, and it's creative. It's very creative, and I don't see many of our midfielders being able to do this again. So he's made a good pass, good weighted pass into the space and he's linking up at the edge of the box. I thought Aaron Ramsey was going to do that for us, and Alejandro constantly makes fun of me for that, but yeah, it looks like Nicolo Fagioli has the capacity to do so. So it's nice to see. And we'll move on, because that's the only pick we have of that one. And now these 2 pictures are just, again, his finishing ability, because he scores on this play. So he's the far right guy, and you can see the ball kind of there. It's right in front of the goalie's head, but it's going top right, or middle top right, like it's going short side on the goalie. And these 2 pictures are going to depict his finishing ability, like I said. Again, midfielder getting that far high, up the pitch with his teammates in the attack, joining the attack, and it gives you some Weston McKennie vibes. But the thing I want to address here is that he can do more than just McKennie stuff. He can do more than just score. He can do a lot of stuff. Join the attack, high press, pass the ball nice, go into his own zone and be responsible with the ball, or his own half, is what I want to say. So it is good. It is nice to see that Fagioli has this ability and the capacity to do these things. So I'm going to show you just a different angle of this exact goal. Next one. So yeah. So like I said, the ball just goes into the upper short side of the net. Goalie has no chance. I'll show you the other one. So he goes there, yeah. And yeah, nice. Very good finish. Young midfielder doing the business. You love to see it. So move on to our last picture that we have. And this is going to illustrate another dynamic that he has. And this, honestly, I started watching Cremonese, like I said, a lot in December. So these are coming from a lot of December games. But I'm sure he was doing it all season. So we will be showing you, give me a sec here. Oops, sorry. His vision. So his vision, he's at the top of the left-hand side there. And he's lofted the ball past this guy at the top of near the top of the box. And he's found his teammate at the very far right of your screen, or the graphic screen. And he gets an assist for this because they do score, obviously. And this picture illustrates, and again illustrates his vision. And he has the creativity to manipulate the ball past the defender into his teammate's feet in a good spot, so where he can score. And it's a perfect pass. It's accurate. It's where it needs to be. That's the key. The key with passing the ball is it needs to get. You need to pass it where it's got to be, either in front of him or at his feet, into the correct space, so your teammate can be as influential as possible on his next touch. So Fagioli's very good at this. He likes to play the ball quick. He doesn't like to diddle on the ball. And if he needs to, he can get out of tight situations. So with that, we'll just show that his nice little picture again. Those are some graphics throughout the season I picked up, illustrating Fagioli's maturity level for such a young age. You can see it. His ability to play the ball, keep the ball, and contribute offensively. I didn't pick up any defensive. How do you want to call it? Defensive good things, because it's hard to depict when you don't know. Like I'm not a Cremonese fan, but I can't really pick up what they want defensively because I'm not really watching the whole game. I'm watching him specifically. So if he's been asked to drop back, he's dropped back. But he doesn't really meet he allows the opposition to dribble into a certain part of the field, and then he starts to come up. So what I mean by that, so if you guys know what a low block is, Cremonese likes to play a little bit of a mid block. So they don't like to stay high at half if the opposition comes into their half, but they like to play the mid half or mid block. So they're not sitting on their 18, but they're a little bit further up than that. And he keeps his position. So with that, you know that he's a coachable player, which is excellent to hear. We know that he had the little mishap in July when he first arrived at the club. Or sorry, not when he first arrived. When Allegri first came back to the club, he missed the bus or whatever. He missed the training, and then he had to miss that game. And I think that might be a reason why he didn't stay with the first team. And of course, we couldn't offload players, but a main reason why he couldn't stay was because of his disciplinary action there. But it's clear that he's more than ready to at least play in Serie A and show his stuff there. His next move, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what his next move could be. If he has a great preseason, then I can see him staying. Again, players have to leave from our current midfield. Like, we have to get players off the books. and we have to move on internally. And Fagioli would be a great piece to move on, or move up and internally replace an outgoing player on high wages. So, again, I don't know what the club has in store for Fagioli in particular. However, it's a good internal move to promote him to the first team if he shows you that in the summer, in preseason, that he can hang with the big boys. And if that's the case, I got no problem with him staying. If it's not the case, another loan out to a Serie A bottom feeder or mid-table club, I can see that working as well. For the most part, though, I just want to see him play at a higher level. And if you want to catch Nicolo's next Serie B match, you can watch Cremonese take on Como January 15th. That's 2 weeks from the date of the recording. It's 2 weeks away, but so if you want to watch our promising young midfielder play a game and take on Serie B, watch Cremonese v Como in 2 weeks' time on January 15th. And you can make a judgment for yourself. If you think he's ready, then that's obviously your opinion. I think if he has a strong preseason, I think there's some undeniable talent there. I'm not saying he's going to be a world beater, but there's definitely undeniable talent. He's a very coachable player, as we've seen in the pictures, and what I've seen through him defensively. He can do a high press. He can sit in the mid block, and he's got the tools and the technique and the flair to be a proper midfielder. I'll say in Serie A. So with that concludes our rebirth of Coach's Corner. Something tells me I'll be making a Mauro Icardi one very soon. That's for another time. That's for maybe a live or a video from Alejandro to tell you guys. But stay tuned for more Coach's Corners. It's fun doing them. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Do all that fun stuff. Click the bell icon to stay notified for all of our newest things. And like I said, new year, busy schedule. Forza Juve. We got to get this. Bye.